And we're live for a late night love reading. That sounds funny. Let's check in on your love life. That sounds even funnier. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. When I started this, it said 11:44. It's that fofo. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, first child of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. Dude, there's a bunch of new people. What's up, new people? I walked in the middle of a moon day energy in a super weird portal where there was tragedy and all kinds of fucking unusualness. I can't say that life gets any better than that. Tomorrow the sun will be shining upon our face and we shall take action in our Mars energy. For the new people, I would say Muhammad Ali brought you, and that's cool. I talked to him directly. He helped me quit a job for the first time. Some other good stuff. He's a good guy. I am all those things that I said I was and so much more, but they put a bunch of labels on me, and I have to tell you all those stupid labels. I'm just a reincarnated soul having a human experience. I'm not doing so well. You guys have a soul inside of you, and I try to help you wake that soul up, and we do that type of work on the Fridays and stuff. Actually, the Pleiadians are trying to get me to teach you, like, right now. I was supposed to address some love issues. Love is in the air. Is that what's keeping me up? Light a candle. Put in incense. Take a shower. How do I get this off? I'm ready to go to bed now. Stuff yourself with snacks. That might help. Eat your emotions. Eat your heart out. Oh, man. I saw this thing, and it was really funny because I was watching late night love readings. This is great for you. When I go to eat a meal and stuff, I have to sit and watch something, so I put my focus on, like, superhero stuff. So I watch a bunch of superhero movies. And tonight's special was The Age of Ultron. And, like, he's like, oh, the hyper whatever. It's like the kids, right? And he's like, pufferfish do this thing where they make this noise, and I watched this documentary. He said, if you're gonna play with my mind and you're gonna put pufferfish in it, that'd be really spooky. And then today on fucking Facebook, like right before I got on, it said dolphins discovered that pufferfish give off some kind of fucking fluid that gets them high, so they pass it around. It's like a party drug. I'm like, man, am I the only one not getting high around here and dealing with their emotions in such ways? I really have to be all upfront about it. Did you know that? I don't know. There's a lot to be told about the pufferfish. I don't have any card that relates to that, but I got a whole bunch of dolphin oracles. Dolphins are very unique beings. Going back to that, I started looking. God's been making me watch Justin Bieber's stories, and he shares a lot of animal shit. Maybe all that animal shit, maybe he's got that fucking Noah calling on him. He's got that, you know, that in syncness. He's an in sync. That was a good one. Anyways, hey, turn that down. This is those moments where it's like, I said in the earlier video, I was like, hey, I think I let my kids run wild and eat junk food. In the sense of, you know, I'll go to bed, and I will wake up in the middle of the night at some time. They are still loaded on their phones, and I just have to take their phones away. And if I don't wake up, there's a good chance that they'll stay on them all night long. And I think that's, you know, not a good thing, but I don't know if, you know, they say that's a bad thing, but they're on summer break, and they ain't got no job, and they ain't got shit to do. And no matter what time they wake up, they go and just, you know, hang back on the phones. And as much as I'd like to crucify them for that lifestyle, that is a human lifestyle that I see everybody else do. Just be on their phones. So I'm like, I feel like they're just keeping, you know, they're plugged in like everyone else. And then they come back and tell me all the shit they were plugged into. Doesn't sound too bad until she starts talking about all this crazy stuff. What are your children consuming? in the essence, it's like totally midnight and they're like just up on their phones. And I could take their phones and force them to go to bed, but I'm like, aren't they a little old for that? I feel weird about that shit. Really? What are they supposed to do? It's not like they have a job or anything. In the sense of parenting, I know what is the expectation. You should raise your kids like this. Okay. Wait, they're gonna only come out like your kids. What is that supposed to mean? All structured and disciplined, and that was the extreme opposite of what I am, which is both of us are supposedly reversed at this. Hey, love, bro. And that's what I'm about to start with. Oh yeah, going back to this shit. And this shit. I'll share something in my community page, and it's not even, it's obviously a very heavy topic going on right now. It's very tropical. It's a tropical. Where to start? You're not supposed to be too proud to accept love. I posted something that said, you know, God said that He was going to send somebody that was going to change my life. In that sense of, you know, that could mean a lot. That could be a very serious threat coming from our Father who art in heaven and shit. But I didn't feel that way when He said it. In the essence, it's, you know, the fear of what He said is always there, but not that way. In the essence, like, I'm going to teach you. Nah, please don't. I've had enough of these. In essence, so that's what it is, right? And so I have, the flamers, the twin flamers, all around me right now. And it's like that Michael Jackson moment. It's like, you have to make a change before you can fucking, you know what I mean, approach me properly. But in the sense of, I stand here, and that's where it is. You know, I have my white candle lit, and I'm trying to wash off everything of today, to be honest. It's a crazy fucking day. And it's like, would you reject them if they came at you truthfully? Would you give them a chance? I owe it to myself and all the hard work I did in believing in them in the beginning not to give them a chance. And that goes for any of them. And that's really the truth. But what it is are they coming in truth? Have they made those sacrifices? Are they coming with a full commitment? All of it. And that's where it is. It's like, you know, I don't know what's in your cup. This goes back to that 7 of Cups, right? I don't know what's in your cup and what you're trying to feed me out of your cup. But if in your cup is true love, then that's all I've been looking for. It's not how pretty the cup is and how you mix the drink up to make it smell good. Is that true love in your cup? It doesn't matter how big your cup is and how much love is in it. I heard somebody say something, I don't know where it was said. They were like, you can't build on love alone. Love is the most powerful force that ever was. Trying to deny yourself the ability to love or receive love is our biggest mistake. When it goes back to my twin flame journey, I was too proud to love these men. Or you could say I'm too good for it, whatever. In all different ways. I'm not too good for anybody's love if it's real love. And that's where you know what real love is. What is it? Truth. All a person really has, and that's what Muhammad Ali said in that, is their heart. Your heart speaks. We were taught to silence our heart, to not let it have a voice because it'll get us in trouble. right? Because when we followed our heart, we got hurt. We were happy before we got hurt. When you follow your heart, you're happy. You might regret it later for all different reasons, but it's the only thing that brings you true happiness. Following your mind doesn't bring you happiness. It might bring you success, temporary, you know what I mean? Materials and, moments of joy, picture perfect moments. That's the word I'm looking for. It might be these temporary moments of pleasure and picture perfect moments. But the heart, you know what I mean? When you act in the heart, it brings you true joy. And that's where I can sit here laughing off my chair, contain it, because I'm full of happiness, because I just am full of joy, because I love what I do, and this whole interaction with the universe and what we're doing. And it'd be funny because they're laughing at me and I'm a joke, and everything else is funny too. And that's where it is you do what makes your heart happy, dude. And I had to learn to let my heart to have a voice, and now it's the only voice that can be heard. But I can hear the truth in other people's hearts too. I can hear when they're speaking from their heart and when they're speaking from their mind. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it takes to have a connection with me. People can connect with me when they're in their heart space, like Sophie. She was really in her heart space, but then she got in her ego about it, and there was no more to talk about. And that's, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk to your mind. I want to talk to your heart. And if your heart's willing to talk to me, then I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to ignore what your heart is saying to me, because it's true. It might not come out your mouth looking so good, and I am so aware of that. I have blurted out the most unbelievable shit from my heart. That's where all of this comes from. So I want you to look at it that way, because that's exactly kind of what I told Morgan. You know what I mean? If there was some chance in hell, and that's what you got to look at it, and if there was some chance in hell that they got right and they came at me right, would you give them a chance? If that chance really happened, I'd take that chance. And that's what you really got to be like. You don't want to be waiting for that moment in hell, for hell to freeze over and these moments to happen. But you have to be optimistic. And that's where it is. Like, going back to Ross Bell. Like, are you sure there's a good guy in there? I'm not sure there's human in there, let alone a soul. I'm not convinced, God. And I'm serious. There's so many videos to corroborate this. Like, seriously. I did not believe that there's a good person in him whatsoever. Why? I mean, we could get into that. But God wanted me to believe that, yes, there is a good man in there. I'm working on that man. He's going to be a great man. Just love the man. I'm not seeing this, and I'm not seeing why do you want me to do? What is inside of this man? The shit that's coming outside of this man is an unreal, God. God's like, forgive him. How many times, God? Like, forever. And it's like, I don't need to forgive you, I already did. It's funny, but it's like, what caused this? I don't want to love that person. How's that working out? I surrendered after like a year and a half and started just working with giving it to him. It still was very painful. It's like sharing your food with your fucking bully. It's like, go give him some food. Go sit with him at the table. Please don't make me. Everybody's looking at me. Please don't make me go sit with Russ. Please don't make me go talk to Russ. He picks his nose and eats it. He's a fucking show-off. He gets on my nerves. Please don't make me sit next to Russ. Don't make me be nice to Russ. Please don't make me be nice to Russ. Like, hey, Russ. Russ is okay. He's just weird as fuck. And I'll be like, hey, Russ, you want to come hang out, Russ? You want to leave the family, Russ? You could jump a plane right now, Russ. I've been telling them that for fucking years. Leave the girl. Leave the family. I'll help you figure this out. Are you serious? I swear to you. For how long? I mean, it's like 3 years, dude. Russ is like within a 25-mile radius from me right now. God's like, leave the girl. Leave the family. She'll help you figure it out. I'm like, are we playing this again, God? It's like, one more time. All right, Russ. All right, Russ, are you ready to leave the girl? In the essence, he fucking puts this thing up, right? And he's like, I gotta be fully transparent. I don't fucking know shit about Bobby and his whole weird-ass life, bro. I don't even know shit about the life he be living. I know fucking everything about Russ. And he knows everything about me. It's like, oh, I didn't know you did that. Well, it's not gonna surprise me. There's nothing this guy can do will appall me or surprise me or repulse me any more than he already has. I mean, this is that guy, dude. It's like, just when I think you can't be any more hideous and hurtful and destructive and just so very Kanye, you go and do some shit. You do some shit like this. Damn it. My God. I feel so stupid. Why does God make me fucking do this with you? I've been doing this with him for just so fucking long. And now it's funny. It's like, he's like right there. He's like, would you accept him if he fucking, yeah, for sure, Russ. You ready? Fuck. Well, stop thinking about it so, don't think about it so hard. It's not really this difficult. You've been just dragging this thought on for like 3 fucking years. I told him, it's not like you have a wife and kids, but you could. Just don't push them. I'm pushing him. Why? I mean, I'm either pushing him away or pushing him to greatness. I was busy pushing another one, and he was pushing me, and now this guy's pushing, and I'm just getting pushed around. I just want you to play nice and be hopeful for whatever happens and, play nice. Be Jesus-like. Oh, man. Christ help me. Really? Yeah, it's funny. So you still want to slap him? I mean, I might. Not just kidding. It comes and goes from time to time. I slap the shit out of you, Russ. I just said that to him. I was like, I'm gonna scalp you. I'm gonna hit you with my car, bro. I'm gonna fucking rain on you. I made every threat at that man's life. I'm always like, come on, Russ. Come on, Russ. Fuck. Oh, man. You get on my flesh, bro. In the essence, it's like, it's not fair to say I don't think you have it in you, because I always thought that way. But I can believe in some crazy shit. God makes me believe in impossible shit all the time. And that's what I want you guys to learn, is how to be hopeful and optimistic and not pessimistic. This is that one that I'm like, not this one, God. You might be able to save all of them, but not this guy. God works twice as hard on trying to save this guy. I mean, really, yeah. He'll sacrifice the whole fucking flock for one fucking lamb. Truly, yeah. Anyways, my head hurts. And I don't know if that's Metatron talking about Russ or the Pleiadians that want me to read out of this book. Are we ready to jump into some supernova shit? Go through so many layers of time. Really, it's been a crazy day, girl. I went through like a lot of emotional ups and downs through that whole situation that happened in my building. It was really intense to put myself into that and be part of that. It was really intense. Alright. A super personality. What are we reading out of? The Pleiadian workbook. Alright, Justin Bieber. This comes from the Dolphin Lady. Really? Yeah, bro. She was studying dolphins, the mind, the programming of the mind. And somehow in her science, just like every fucking science, they tap into some, artificial intelligence. And this one actually wasn't artificial at all. She started getting transmissions from beings, the Pleiadians, which is a star system. And they tapped into me too, bro. And they just give me this information. I don't know exactly how it works, bro. But when I can't read the book fully. I can only read it around full moons. And they give me the ability to understand it, because really I'd be laughing through it because it's some Star Trek bullshit that me, myself, would bully kids for, this type shit. I wasn't a Star Wars or Star Trek, but I did become one later. I don't know really none of that. This is somebody else's language. Spread your fingers in your butt cheeks type shit. I'm gonna fall off my chair. Houston, we have the stuff. Damn, that whole fucking... I've been saying that for years, dude, and that doesn't feel right with what just happened in Houston. That's fucked up, right? No place is safe from God. What are we about to learn? I don't know. I feel like it has to do with altered state of consciousness and our fragmented beings. Personality disorders is what I think it has to touch on. It's chapter 11 on page 225. Those are your transmission numbers. Alright, a super personality is any aspect of yourself that has a specific function, attitude, or identity that operates in an individual and recognizable manner. Okay. This has to do with me in the beginning. I had a personality disorder. So I literally had aspects of myself that had specific functions and attitudes, various identities that operated as individuals with recognizable manners. I thought so. I thought people could recognize them. I did. I saw them. For instance, I spent a lot of time with them, though. For instance, you have an inner child who feels and responds to life emotionally and from a place of needing to feel cared for and safe. This part of you exists whether you are reborn, 100 years old, or any age in between. Many books and healing modalities focus exclusively and largely on assisting you in becoming familiar with and creating healthy super personalities. This is where it is. I had to wait till I could process this shit for you, let alone the words. What is this? Shut up. Psychosynthesis, alchemical hypotherapy, regression facilitation, a modality I originated and teach. Oh, she teached regression facilitation. What do I teach? Shadow work. Inner child trauma healing. Voice dialogue and inner child work are some of the more contemporary examples of such modalities. Since early times, communication with and balancing the super personality have held vital roles in various cultures. long before Jung and Freud. See? And I work with Carl Jung and his teachings. Well, his teachings are poured out through all of this. As far as his personality, yes, they poured out his work, but he's already incarnated. That soul has taken a bodily form, and is. I just want to say, like, cocooning, because that's all we're all doing, is refilling ourselves with the information we need to wake up, and then we put the next bit of information we didn't have in the previous life. So he's cocooning. Who else is cocooning? Aleister Crowley's cocooning. He's in another body too. How many others? You don't want to know. Anyway, so I tried to tap into his conscious, but his conscious is in a body. So tapping into that is something else. It's tapping into an unawoken soul, ultimately. I can ask it questions, but I can't. I can only find the answers in the past because he hasn't developed into the future. Really? Yeah, I don't want to get into all this. Since early times, communicating and balancing blah blah blah, before Carl Jung and Freud originated super personality work. Certain Native American tribes, African tribes, Druids, goddess-based spiritual traditions, and other cultures recognize the need to honor the existence of diversity within the individual. Thank you. So as soon as I started this, I got a fucking ping in my head, but these come from my back. And I'm like, what's going on right now? Is it Russ that's giving me a headache, or is it Metatron, or is it the situation? Why is my head hurting again? This is where Metatron comes in, obviously. But they had to have come together. It's not separate. But think about it, because now we're in science, and we're in medicine, and that's the realm of Metatron. This has been done through ceremonial rituals, personal inner focus time, healing sessions, and medicine wheels. I teach you this, and for the new people, this is what we do come Friday. We'll do it. We'll start preparing for it. I mean, I'm right in the middle of closing and beginning. That's what we just pulled. So by tomorrow, we'll start getting hints of what our shadow work is. And we're just healing past traumas and breaking patterns of past life fucking karma. A medicine wheel is a circular area outdoors, either outlined in small rocks or greater. I'm seeing the Hunger Games. It pretty much looks like that. A small rock to create a container for a circle, or marked with large rocks in 4 or more directions. Ceremonies, gatherings, and personal spiritual activities are all held inside the medicine wheel from time to time. Through the ages, humans have also designed the worn masks, created costumes, painted their faces, mimicked other beings, and performed rites of passages to facilitate the incorporation and health of different aspects of themselves. This is allowing your inner child to be free. Now, this is what they did in theatrics, but I promise you... Come on, Russ. Damn it. You can see him at where he's worn different masks, created costumes, as we think about fucking Lewis. Painted their faces, changed their fucking looks, mimicked other beings, and you know what I mean? In a way of trying to find themselves. We watched Rowan, this chick. Whoa, bro. Did she fucking bloom into something weird? She started her awakening, and she started out wearing turtlenecks, and, you know, she was this weird, you know, very uptight British woman that didn't say stuff like sexy time, and she didn't use words, you know, adult words. And then she came out dressed up in a whole goth, and she was like all tripped out, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's Britney Spears right there. That's her inner child. Her unhealed inner child is taken over. Why? Because she became a shadow of herself, a self of her that is really there that never got to express itself. And she is not alone. There's a creation inside, you know, an entity inside there with her. Was it placed in there by someone? Possibly. Doesn't, you know, People create demons in their own mind all the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be a magical attack, psychic, or anything even done by someone else. The mind can create its own fucking terrors and nightmares and illusions and confusions. It can really spin out of control. And then you put something like alcohol, drugs, bad memories, fucking repressed feelings, and oh, you're just a time bomb waiting. You're a fucking, you know what I mean? You're a fucking serial killer or a fucking mass murderer waiting to happen. I talked about that with Morgan. When we're triggered, we're taking out something on the person in front of us, that we're taking out a whole bunch of pain from something else on the person in front of us, is what's happening, right? So imagine, this is how it works. This is exactly what I told her. I was like, if somebody was to physically hurt us, and we had to physically fight back, we're not going to be physically fighting that person at that moment. We will lose control, and all of our physical force that we have held back in every fight we've ever lost will come out upon that person. Right? It won't be that. And that's really what it is in a moment. When somebody disrespects you, you're going to put them in place for every other person that disrespected you. You're going to take it to the 10th degree. Right? There's parts of you that need to be heard, and that's what, you have to go back and catch my videos about what happened with Morgan the other day. It's like she needed to be heard. I heard her without her saying anything, but she needed to hear herself say it. And after she did, she came to peace with it. And she said, you know what? I listened to what you said. You're right. I am safe. Nothing's going to happen to me here. I am safe. You're right. I believe what you said. I am safe. That's all it is. I gave you some new information to believe, and you believe in that, and that gave you peace. And you're walking around more peaceful. And that's it. She was living in fear. And all I tried to do was make her aware of it and bring her peace. And she accepted that message, and it brought her peace. But it was her, you know what I mean? There was a part of her that, that needed to be heard. And that's what it is. It's like, there's so much of us, going back to Rosa Santiago album, to Marshall's, The Death of Slim Shady. He needed to be heard. They need to be heard. They need to be heard. That's why they're on the top singing, for, and performing for you. They want you to hear their stories and their heart and their feelings and their experiences. And because of that, people put them on top because of their stories and their experiences, their vibe. People resonate with that shit. Now, for me as well, because of my stories and my experiences and my vibe, people resonate with me. People will resonate with you when you're ready to share your stories and your experiences and your vibe. But you're afraid of your own stories, your own experiences, and your own vibe. But there's people that vibe with you when you tune yourself up instead of turning yourself off. Okay? There are two categories of super personalities. The first category consists of the aspect of yourself that develop relative to your individual personal needs or expression. For example, if you have a lot of sexual denial, you may have an inner prude or an inner whore. I think I have both. Here we are again. Jesus. They have developed due to a neglect or judgment of parts of yourself that are whole and natural but have been denied their freedom to expression. Another example of superpersonality that might be called an inner critic. This aspect may have grown in you if you were invalidated or scolded excessively as a child. Some part of your personality adopted the behavior of your parents and teachers and took over where they left off. And that's it. When you were always being... Wow. Never mind. Let me just keep reading. These types of dysfunctional superpersonalities need to be healed, educated, and integrated into the wholeness of the self-esteem. As I say it, it's like it caught us both. It caught the wind out of my mouth. It's like this aspect may have grown in you if you were invalidated, right? That means unseen. And we know that that's what's wrong with Russ. And scolded excessively as a child. That's what was wrong with me. Some part of your personality adopted the behavior of your parents and teachers and took over where they left off. And that's really what it is when you're left alone in these moments. And that's where it was. You know, you look at yourself all critical. When I'm left alone with the mind, bro, I don't know if all of you have the inner critic now that we say this. Maybe you don't have that terrorizing mind that terrorizes you and tells you how terrible you are and how you fucked this all up and this is all your fucking fault and how could you fucking do this? Do you hear those words? Whose words are those? My mother's. When I woke up, I talked terribly about myself and to myself out loud where people could hear it. I'd called myself so stupid. You're such an idiot. You're such a stupid bitch. You're a fucking moron, dude. Why the fuck? You're never gonna get this right. You're such a piece of shit. It wasn't outside. It was outside. I talked to myself like that. Nobody talked to me like that. I did it myself. I scolded, and that's what I always say. It's like, you can't make me feel any worse than I already feel. I make myself feel for what I've done. These types of the dysfunctional subpersonality need to be healed. And that's where it is. It's like, I wasn't stupid. I just didn't know. And that goes back to, like, the fucking elbow grease. She was very degrading, bro. Very humiliating. Quick to make a joke at my expense. I really was her Cinderella, too. I see it from the outside of her just really showing my brother all kinds of love. And just her always yelling at me and hitting me for everything that was wrong. I didn't grow up hating her because I didn't have these memories, dude. And I guess it looked really sick to my brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, that I took her in and we were best friends till in her dying days, like nothing had ever happened. But in my mind, it didn't. I didn't have the memories of whatever she did. I blocked it out. If I didn't, I wouldn't have had a mother, which means I wouldn't have had anybody. I had to block that out to have a mother. I didn't know that she was such a bad mother until 10 years later that she's dead, and I'm left with all these horrific memories that I've never seen before in my life. Things that I watched in movies. my favorite movie was Sybil. And I ended up beating her. I wrote a song about borderline personality disorder, not knowing that it was about me. I wrote it in 2018, but I didn't wake up until 2022. There was parts of me, 7 parts of me that I watched that would just shift and, take over. That handled my life, and I just watched until I tried to, you know what I mean? It was kind of like hopscotch. Where can I get in here? Where can I be heard? What can it, you know what I mean? This isn't, I don't know. Science and medicine can tell you right away, it makes sense. They can ask you, they always want to go back to the childhood. What made this person like this? It's all there. But then they get more interested, is what brought you back. This is what brought me back. And this is what I teach you guys. If I can heal something, if I can heal all of that, we can heal you. These types of dysfunctional subpersonalities need to be healed, educated, and integrated into your wholeness and self-esteem. The second category is made up of aspects of yourself that will always be part of you. This is a category on which the chapter focuses. The 4 superpersonalities of the category are the inner nurturer, the inner child, the inner warrior or warrioress, and the inner spirit. These states of health are reflections of both your inner and outer life, your freedom to be emotionally spontaneous and honest, your ability to carry through the commandments and carry or accept responsibility. Your spiritual connection are among the many things that create health or imbalance in these aspects of your life. Whole books have been written about superpersonality work, so this workbook does not cover the subject in its totality by any means. It is a vast subject that you could explore much more in the depth. However, it is important that you understand the basic format of subpersonality work. Since the call work, chamber of light sessions, and even basic psychic self-care process can and do bring issues to surface that are most easily resolved through communication with and healing your super personalities. I'm gonna stop right there because it's gonna go in way too deep right this moment. It's just and that's what I said, is we'll always be teaching the same shit, just a new way of understanding it, a deeper understanding what we're teaching. And so this is a different way of teaching what I teach. And that's what it is I have all of my books on mysticism, magic, religion, all of the shit I have, all of my oracles, the way that I use my tarot, all of this is about healing your mind, body, and spirit. Your personalities, your conscious, all of that, integrating it so that you can be a free spirit inside of your body. And I teach you how to do that. At this particular moment, I'm not even sure what I just cried about. Oh yeah, mommy issues. That's always lovely. Like what just knocked me down? Mommy issues. We created this context in our mind, and that's where it is we lied to ourselves. We lie to ourselves to make it through. We have to tell ourselves something. We have to tell ourselves something to keep going. And I'm a master at that. That's what I did. I told myself what I needed to tell myself to keep going. And I still have that very strong ability to tell myself what I need to tell myself to keep going. What the problem is you guys tell yourself stuff that'll keep you from going anywhere. And we're gonna fine-tune that to where it can, you know what I mean? You'll have the ability to keep going. But we have to go back to the place of where you lost your mojo. These things that made you stop being risky and impulsive and loving and open and honest and vulnerable and true. Alright, so something as simplistic as our childhoods, we have this really perverse delusion in our mind of how we look back at it. Because we look back at it with humility, and we don't want to put shame on our family, and we don't want to really, you know what I mean? We all say, yeah, I come from a fucking family. My family's dysfunctional. We just all kind of umbrella this shit, and everybody's supposed to be like, yeah, we make memes about how fucked up it is to go around the family on Thanksgiving and on holidays, but nobody really talks about how really painful this fucking shit is. It's not just painful for the people that have no families to go to. It's twice as painful for the people that have to go back to where they work so hard to get out of. I know many people that have to sit at the table with their abusers, whether sexual, verbal, or physical, that are their so-called family, that are blood family. And they have to smile and keep the peace and act like this person didn't harm them, and show love to this person and keep this terrible secret to keep the peace in the family. That's not healthy, bro. That's not fucking healthy. We lie to ourselves. We lie to other people. We're not very honest about and true about our experiences and how tainted we are by them. And unfortunately, my stories, as you just heard, new people, will make you really have to face your own fucked up fucking truths. Even if you don't even have anything to do with it. I've already ripped off some fucked up scabs telling you about babies being thrown out the fucking window and, my own childhood. I assure you, read the title. This is an 18 and up fucking channel, and that's what we do around here. We talk about the most fucked up shit, and we heal that shit, bro. We feel it, and we heal it. Mostly it's my life and my experiences that I'm gonna fuck you up with, and those around me, but it's made so that we can actually open our fucking eyes and our ears and really find a way to change ourselves about this. And that's what I've got all of this. As my fucking first twin flame called it, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Very disrespectful. But in the essence, I pray to all the gods to help me do this, and all of the gods in the universe and aliens and fucking star systems and all this shit are using me as a messenger to get humanity healthy, to try to get as many as I can. It's psychological work, but I do it from a spiritual aspect. There's plenty of psychoanalysts, and there's all these kind of different crazy, and we're learning their field of study so I can explain to them what I do on a spiritual level. It's not something that we're just bringing the two worlds together. Their work is very spiritual, but our work is very scientific, and we need to bring that understanding together. But ultimately, what it is it's mastering yourself. And it's called self-realization. The highest level of science calls it self-actualization. And once you've actualized, you can actually transcend yourself like me. They call me a transcendental being. Having the ability to leave the conscious. I'm not the conscious. I work on the conscious. I had to work through the conscious to break free from it. And now I have to continue to work with it. because the conscious is what keeps the body going. In essence, the heart and all the other functions, but you need a computer system, and that's the computer system that runs all this. The brain tells the body what to do and all of that. You can get into that, but you need it to, keep its autopilot and programming. You still need to know how to brush your teeth. You don't want to wake up and not have, your motor skills, what are they called? Fine motor skills and shit like that. You know what I mean? But we're going to go and pull out all the other stuff, and if you want to change, if you want to be real difficult on your life and change using, the way you brush your teeth, you can change your motor skills too. We can take control over this life and this body and this destiny once we start understanding what's standing in our way, which is usually some fucked up programming from a memory that we've repressed and we've told lies about and we haven't faced. And then, come Friday, here they come. Here comes those shadow moments where, those repressed memories and emotions come lurking, jerking. Why Friday? Venus. It's a Venus day. And especially this one. We have a full moon on Thursday. Thursday. I think it is, right? Maybe that's Wednesday. It don't matter, dude. That's probably why I lit the candle and shit, doing full moon ceremonies. I don't know what we're getting into. I'm flushed. It's a royal flush on this one. Fucking turd down the toilet on this one. That's what I teach you guys. Among everything I'm teaching you is just spiritual shit to fill yourself with, to bring peace to your mind. When your mind doesn't know what to do, it has some information of what's going on. When you don't know, you do know. And that's that inner, nurturer to the inner child, to the mastermind behind all this, which is your conscious. We're going to work through all that. Welcome to the dark side. I love you guys, and yeah, don't suppress your feelings, especially when it comes to love. That's what got me on this whole, twin flame thing, is how to love. Thanks, Lil Wayne. It's gonna fuck you up if you have to learn that lessons on that shit. What's the first lesson? Give in, surrender to all your feelings, and especially that one. That one's the most powerful feeling. That one's the one you need to get through this. You have to be able to give love and accept love to be able to make it through your shadows, because you're going to need to love yourself through this. And you're not going to need to give love to those, love and compassion and forgiveness to those that wronged you. Welcome to the jungle. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.